Welcome to My Real Estate Champion with your host, Frank Rustin, where home seeker dreams come to life. You will be empowered with knowledge on how to build wealth in the real estate market, estate planning, and programs for first-time home buyers. It's time to move on up with the real estate champion, Frank Rustin.
This is Frank Rustin, your real estate champion, where home seekers' dreams come to life. I'm so excited to give you the keys that will unlock doors to become a determined first-time home buyer and first-time home seller. Plus, special tips to become a successful first-time real estate investor. Join me today at the keys you need and move on up with Frank Rustin, your real estate champion. It's a celebration, buyers and sellers. This is Frank Rustin, your real estate champion, celebrating 35 years assisting first-time home buyers and sellers for all their real estate needs. And celebrating, I'm giving away 3 $50 gift cards. Register today by contacting the number on the screen or go to my website. Buyers and sellers, what are you waiting for? Call me today, Frank Rustin, your real estate champion, where home seekers' dreams come true. And remember, it's a celebration. People ask me, why do I call myself the real estate champion? Well, I've been working this business for over 35 years, and this business is my ministry. This is where I serve people. People come to me because they need a vision produced in their head. They see something in their head that they know what they want it to be. My job is to listen. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a relationship specialist. I listen well. In the book of Proverbs, it says, "Listen, my son, to your father's instructions. Pay attention and gain understanding." The only way I'll be able to help you is I have to listen to what you need. Again, this is relationship. I want to make sure I fulfill my mission. My mission is, when you talk to me, is place keys in your hands. My mission is to have a smile on your face. My mission is to build a legacy for your family. I don't take my job lightly because I'm helping people make one of the biggest decisions in their life, and that is home ownership. Home ownership will build a legacy for your children's children if you set it up the right way. Well, I'm a real estate champion because I'm concerned about you. I want to make sure your mission, your hopes, your dreams, and your vision is fulfilled. Why I call myself a real estate champion? Because I believe and trust God with all of my heart. And the only way you're going to achieve what you want to achieve is know how to surrender. I surrender to you when you say you want to buy a home. I want to listen to help your hopes and dreams come in reality. Take your dreams in your mind. Visualize it. Use the power of visualization. See yourself driving up into the driveway. See yourself, the keys in your hand. Put it in the key lock and turn it and see the color that you want inside your home. If you want a vacation home, see yourself with a vacation home. But you got to have an understanding, and that understanding is trust in God for whatever you want. This is a real estate program, but this is a mission from me, because this is my ministry, to serve and help you find your way to home ownership. This is Frank Rustin, your real estate champion, where home seeker dreams come to life. I'm so excited because I'm here with a young man who owns all of this property. He was in the Army, he's retired, and now he owns this beautiful dream home. As the word says, knock and the door shall open, seeking you will find, and let's knock on this door and see what we can find to help you achieve success in your life.
Hey, Frank, real estate champion.
Yes.
Here, welcome to my home.
Thank you so much. As I said at the front door, knock and the door will open. Now the door is open. Let's seek and find the wisdom and knowledge of Mr. Dustin. I've been knowing Dustin for over 2 years. I'm very impressed with his knowledge and understanding about real estate investment, but also his character and who he is, willing to share information that will help you achieve success in life. So right now, who is Dustin?
Hey, Frank, thank you for coming way out here. I know it was a travel. Come visit me at home. So I've been a real estate agent for about 3 years. I was a service member in the United States Army for a little bit over 25 years. And, you know, it took me a lot to understand real estate and realize that that was my thing. And that's how I was going to achieve that generational wealth and what I was looking to achieve. But I'm a father. You know, I have 3 sons. I have Christopher, David, and Aiden. And my older sons followed me in the military, which was Christopher and David. And they just recently got out. I am a grandfather of 3. I have 3 grandchildren. I've been married for 27 years. And I'm the owner of America's Dream, One Dream Realty Group, and a few other companies and real estate. And, this is my thing. This is how I'm going to do it. This is my why and how.
Thank you. That's good enough for me. Is the driving force behind your passion as a real estate investor?
The country actually started with, I'm a patriot, I'm American, and owning real estate is the America's Dream. That's when we came up, our partner Jason Johnson, America's Dream. And it is a dream. That is where wealth is built. It's easy to understand. It's something I've been fighting for decades with my battle buddies and my friends, and it was easy for me to grasp. So my driving force is really because it's building America. So even though after service was able to generate wealth for me, is able to give me my second career, but I also still give back to the country because we're rebuilding homes, we're buying homes, we're investing in our country, and it's building it every single transaction. It's not so much monetary as what it symbolizes for us.
It's all about peace, harmony, and joy. We have the time to share with your family and your friends. And I commend you for bringing a foundation, or build a foundation that you can actually do that. Question for you. Should investors seek financing, or should they use their own money?
That's the age-old question right there. It's challenging. We love infinite return. I would say that, we did start out with investing in our own money. And my partner, Jason Johnson, invested $400,000 approximately in the business to get us started. And that was basically because we were taking on 3 projects simultaneously. Never really flipped in my whole life, and the first time I'm doing it is 3 projects. We did have some hard money lending as well. And I would say the answer is, if you're going to use your own money, be financially stable, that you could lose that amount. So if you're going to invest $100,000, on that deal, you should not financially cripple your home, family, and everything else. It shouldn't be a Hail Mary pass to get this thing done. And so if you're in that good position, in a financially healthy position where you can use your own money for capital, it's going to be cheaper, and your return on investment is going to be greater, of course. So I would say then to use it. If you are not in a financial situation where you can do that or put a lot of your own money into it, I would say to leverage a lender to give your start. Using other people's money and institutional's money is the best way to leverage that. Something that we learned is that, having $400,000 to put on one property is actually still not a great thing, because you're over leverage yourself. When you could take $25,000 or $100,000 and go ahead and take down 4 properties and put 25% down on 4 different properties versus putting everything all in on one house. So then this way, we diversify that $400,000 is in 4 properties. The one doesn't do so well, you have a great rate of return on the other 3 properties. So I would say the application of using your money versus a loan all depends on that individual and what they're really trying to attain.
So talk to me about the pros and cons of hard money lending.
Oh, hard money lending. So we do a lot of that. We do have partners. We have private money and we have hard money. And then we have our own money. Hard money lending, we use it a lot. It costs more, but it's very easy to attain. It has less qualifications. It is very quickly to get that capital and put it on a property. You could close fast with it. And you're using somebody else's money versus your money. And you still may need to put money down on hard money. So you still may have to put $25,000 down to get $300,000. That's a lot better than putting the whole $300,000 down. So I'm a pro for using hard money. I say use hard money, use it wisely, use it correctly, get the job done, and get on and get out.
And the con is
The con is the cost.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It costs a lot. It costs a lot. It could damage your return on investment. It could damage your return. Let's say you get caught in a permit or the house gets damaged. You're now still paying for that hard money, whether the house is ready or is not. If it's sitting there and it's past the 6, 9 months or 13 months that you have that loan, you're now being penalized. And the penalization is deep, so that's the con. You have to put it on the right project. You got to know what you're doing.
Oh, but that makes a lot of sense. And that's why it's so important. You want to make sure that you talk to somebody with some wisdom and knowledge before you leave an investment in real estate. That way you ensure that or you will be protected. So I would like to have a question here, and that is, what can you do to empower our viewers to help them overcome some of their challenges, their fears, their worries, their doubts to become a real estate investor?
Mr. Frank, so I've had that question before, and it was from a younger audience that asked me that question. And I'll tell you right now, it is put down the video venues, put down the alcohol, put away the distractions, put away the clubs, put away the cars, put away the social media, pick up a book, start working, get rid of the entitlement. Nobody owes me anything. Every day I wake up, nobody owes me anything. I get up and I go after what I believe I earn. And I go and try to earn it every single day, even in my own organizations. Entitlement is some of the biggest things that I see in most people's way. I've literally given houses to young agents to try flip. And the entitlement of what they think that everybody should do for them versus what they should do for themselves. If we're not at the club, we don't go on vacations to beaches and resorts. We're not drinking alcohol. We're trying to get to bed as soon as we can, so we get up as early as we can. We're running 4 or 5 miles a day, exercising, trying to exercise and stay healthy. So I would say put away the distractions so you have more time in your life to focus on the things that matter. And then when you're doing the things that matter, try to focus on the things that you don't want to do. A lot of people, even when they are focusing and they're intensely trying to do their dream and achieve that marriage dream, they're only doing the parts they wanted. It's the things that you don't want to do are the things that are going to get you where you want to go. So that's really where I like to put it.
Mm-hmm. Once again, I'd like to thank you, Dustin, because you have shared some great information with us. And it's so important, like I mentioned before, to staying focused. And that's what we're talking about here. Staying focused, no distractions. Staying focused without the television or without Netflix going on, without anything that's going to take you from achieving success and greatness in your life. And the affirmation says, my focus every day will determine my life for the future, and that's what it does. So stay focused, stay committed, stay dedicated, and watch your life change. Thank you so much, Dustin.
It was an honor.
We don't look at your income statement. We don't care about your employment. What we care about is the real estate you're buying. And if you're buying a great deal, we're going to probably fund that project.
This is Frank Rustin, real estate champion with Home Seekers Dreams Come to Life. I'm very excited because I have Mike Krumbein with me, and we're going to talk about real estate. We're going to talk about real estate as far as real estate investors. Real estate investors who always call me looking for hard money lenders, but is intimidated about where to find them. So I'd like to introduce to you Mike Krumbein, and you're going to talk about Richmond Mortgage Incorporated.
Yeah. Thanks, Frank. I consider us probably the easiest company, hard money lender in the Richmond area. We really do all through Virginia to get money from, because we don't check credit. We don't look at your income statement. We don't care about your employment. What we care about is the real estate you're buying. And if you're buying a great deal, we're going to probably fund that project.
Mm-hmm.
So we have at our website, richmondmortgage.com, a 5-minute loan app. And that's about how long it'll take you to fill it out. And once we get that, we're going to make a decision within an hour. And we're going to contact you. And you're going to get an approval. Or could be a turn down if we don't like the property location. Could be something that's outside of your skill set. Maybe it's a super complicated rehab, 150,000 rehab that you've never done and you're new. But we work with a lot of newbies, but they got to work their way up in terms of difficulty of rehab, or be partnering with somebody, a contractor who really knows how to do complicated rehab if they're just starting out, that kind of thing.
So what made you get started in dealing with, hard money lending? And let's talk about that term too. Where does the term hard money lending come from? It sounds like it's hard to get. It sounds to me it's easy for you.
Actually, hard money is easy to get.
Okay.
I think, because there's no credit check. It's all the property. And where it come from, it's all asset based. When they mean hard, they mean the asset is a hard asset. And in our case, it's real estate. And so I think that's where the title came from.
Okay.
But what we lend on is the value of the property. So typically we're going to lend 70% of the after repair value. So if you're going to be able to buy it, rehab it, and then you look at the value after you rehab, take 70% of that, and we're probably going to fund that deal. So an example would be, let's say you buy something for $50,000, you spend $20 to fix it, that's $70,000. And let's say after you fix it, it's going to sell for $100. Well, 70% of $100,000 is $70,000. Well, you got a $70,000 project. That's a good deal. You got $30,000 profit, 30% profit. That deal's going to work all day. For us, it's going to work for you. Everybody's a winner on that. And you can either fix and flip it, or you can fix and refi, turn it into a rental. And that's what, rental companies, long-term rental money is looking for, that margin of safety. So I got into this business because I used to lend money to homeowners who were buying property and live into it. Now, the regulations kept getting more and more and more and more, and they wanted more pieces of paper. Every time you add a piece of paper, a regulator thought, well, that's even better. Well, we got now 60 pages of documents to close the loan. And the regulator's intent was good, but the effect, for me, it just became too cumbersome to stay in the consumer space. And so I moved over to commercial, where, I do basically single family houses, duplexes, quads, things like that. And it's just commercial loan. So I don't have to go through all that regulation. It's a no-doc loan process. It can be very simple. So we can make decisions literally in 15 to 20 minutes once you fill out that 5-minute application.
Let's look at that.
So if you've got a new person that's just starting out and they're buying that $100,000 property and it needs 40 to fix it. Well, that's not a huge rehab days market. I mean, they're going to probably put in a new kitchen, some flooring, you paint it, new bathrooms, things like that, fix any problems on the outside. They could probably handle that, but they're going to need to put down a down payment, probably about 10% of the project cost.
Okay.
So 10% of 140 is $14,000. Depending on how much we like or don't like the location, we might increase that down payment. Now, if you're a repeat borrower, you've done multiple deals, the down payment might be zero. Because we know you can bring a project in on time, on budget. You've proven yourself to us.
So let's talk about that. So let's say that we have an inexperienced investor, and you have a time date of saying, okay, this project is going to be done in 30 days.
Right.
And now we at 45 days. Talk to me about...
That's a good point.
Yes, that is a great point.
So we give our investors a 9-month loan, and the extensions are available. And we'd like to talk to them, if they're inexperienced, about who they're going to use as a contractor. We know some contractors, and we want to know who you're using, how you came to them. And then we might even want to talk to the contractor because you're new with them, and make sure that they can get it done within the time frame that you're talking about. So, if you could get something done in 30 days and ran over it to 45, you could do it fantastic. It usually takes, 4 months, 3-4 months to get a project done. the way things are. Part of it is getting your building permit issued in time. The city has improved in Richmond and the counties. They've shortened that down. It used to be around 30 days, and now they're at closer to 2 weeks now.
Okay.
So that has really helped tremendously. So you need to factor that in when you're doing your project. But things like that can hold you up.
So what are some of the risk factors we're looking at when you're looking with hard money lenders?
Now you're talking about risk factors for the borrower?
Yes, for the borrower. Yeah.
The biggest mistake that new borrowers make, and sometimes it happens with experienced borrowers, is they're too optimistic. And, they go, this is definitely going to sell for $300,000. I know it. The market's hot. And, we look at a little more conservative. And so they just need not to be overly optimistic. They sort of need to say, well, I think it could sell for $300,000, but I better plan on it, maybe only sell it for $280,000. Is the deal okay within that range? And if that works, then, you're sort of protected on the downside.
Yes.
You got that $20,000 margin. And so that's what I'd say. And the other biggest risk is managing your contractors. Very difficult to get good contractors to finish things quickly, on time, and on budget. And estimating your cost, you need to put in a lot of time into figuring out, okay, I'm going to buy this kitchen from Home Depot. It's kitchen number XYZ. It's going to cost this much. It's going to cost this much to install it. You've got to go through every detail. How many square feet of flooring, and where are you going to get the flooring? The guys, what's you going to charge? Takes time. And, once you've done it a few times, you can have seat of the pants on that.
Okay. All right. So, and something you mentioned too, what are the risk factors when you're looking at, doing no-doc loans and all these things that you are getting involved with? And there got to be a lot of risk factors for you to take this loan on, or these investors on.
Well, our risk factor is really the same as the borrowers. So we look at ourselves as if, we're doing a joint venture almost. And really we are, because we're not relying on a person's credit or the bank statement they got. We're relying on, did they buy the property right? And is their estimate of the repairs about right? And so we sort of look at the deal from their shoes, and then we go, are they going to make a profit? Or are they going to be able to pay us?
Right.
Okay. So that's, they're going to be able to sell it at the right price to pay us back. And usually it works out. Most people succeed.
It sounds to me that you got a lot of guidelines. When I say guidelines, meaning that looking at the asset, is it worthy for us to even talk to you about it?
Yeah.
Number one, and that's most important.
Yep.
And once we know that, then we can make decisions to move forward, and so that's what we're saying here.
Yes.
So let's talk about this. So I always like to empower my audience.
Right.
To encourage them. So you have an encouraging words to share with these first-time investors or investors who's kind of nervous about moving forward as far as, investing in property that's going to change their life. You got an encouraging words for them today?
Well, if you want to make some money in real estate, this is a good way to get started. And the best way is to get a lot of education, get overeducated in real estate. Look at a lot of properties with Frank. He's happy to show you investment property. Because if you look at enough of them, you're going to start to know the market. Go to a lot of speakers at conferences. The more you learn, the better you're going to feel. And look at what other people are doing. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Somebody's making a profit in this neighborhood doing this, copy them. They're just like that. And then as you get more experience, you can try different types of properties, different situations. And one of the hard parts is finding that deal. So you got to make a lot of offers in order to find that one thing that's going to work for you. And you have to put in some time and some education. So I would recommend people do it, and I recommend people buy their first house and move into it. and Frank can find your house. That's a good way to get started.
Yeah.
If you've never done anything. First-time home buyer programs out there, they got some good stuff, some down payment assistance.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about hard money. I can't help you if you're going to live in the house, but once you're ready for that investment property, I can help you and Frank succeed on that.
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you, informing, my viewers what it takes to be investors and also what it takes for hard money lending. And that's why it's so important for you to, study the market, read, understand, seek, and you will find. Like it says in the word, seeking you will find, and you will. And I'm pretty sure that if you seek, you will find a great person to go to through Richmond Mortgage Incorporated, and we will place him on our local partnership as far as our website is concerned, and we will send the information on our website. But not only that, he will give you the information that will help you be successful. So thank you so much for coming on, Mike. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks for having me.
I have Unica beside me, and she's going to make sure she could give her testimony about her relationship with me as her real estate champion. So what has been your true experience in work with me? Because I know, you actually sold your home, which about a couple of years ago, put you into a brand new home with a brand new husband, and things are going well. So what has been your experience over that time?
Oh, God, my experience has been more like family. Been more like a family member, friend, counselor, relative, and just we've always maintained a good relationship. I'm just blessed to have had you as long as I have had you in my life, and I would recommend anyone to the champion, Mr. Frank Rustin.
Outstanding. Well, all that said, I don't need to say anything more, but thank you so much for your commitment and dedication to me.
Thank you, Mr. Buckingham.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining Frank Rustin, your real estate champion, where home seeker dreams come to life. You will be empowered with knowledge on how to build wealth in the real estate market, estate planning, and programs for first-time home buyers. It's time to move on up with the real estate champion, Frank Rustin.
So the definition of a first-time home buyer is someone who has not had an ownership interest within the last 3 years.
But our property, our real estate is one of our biggest legacies for most of us. So that's when estate planning really becomes more important.
It's a celebration. Buyers and sellers, this is Frank Rustin, your real estate champion, celebrating 35 years assisting first-time home buyers and sellers for all their real estate needs. And celebrating, I'm giving away 3 $50 gift cards. Register today by contacting the number on the screen or go to my website. Buyers and sellers, what are you waiting for? Call me today, Frank Rustin, your real estate champion, where home seekers' dreams come true. And remember, it's a celebration.